Fuck yeah, dude.
I made it right here at the Sportsman's Den.
Dude.
If you haven't seen every episode, you should.
Dude, at least 3 times over, dude. Come on now.
Three times. Good
gold right there.
Good call.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, so let's get it going. That way we
Here
can
we
get
go.
out of here on time. We're about 10 minutes behind.
Here we
6:09,
go.
right?
Here we go.
So with that being said, make sure you show up on time when we're ready. And that way we get going. Because I know a lot of people are like, get towards the end, they're like, I want to leave. I want to get out of here. Well, we start late. Well, that's the way it's going to be, right? Okay, so you guys have an outline here. Cover a couple general store stuff. Don't forget that your number one responsibility, we'll cover it tonight in the meeting, is the customer, right? So if they don't buy anything, we don't have jobs. I don't have hours to give you. We gotta make money somehow, right? Mm-hmm. So if we ask you to clean something and a customer's in here, the customer takes priority over the cleaning job, because again, the cleaning makes us no money, the customer does. So make sure that when you have somebody in, that you're paying attention to them. If there's somebody in the store, you have to be at the front register. Okay, you can't say be at the back register and say, well, I already asked them if they needed help. Don't care, because your job is not only to be somewhere where the customer can find you, but also to watch and make sure they don't steal anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so way back when we were in the other store, okay, we had a lady in a wheelchair come in and steal from us.
True story.
So if you think that somebody's not going to steal because they're old, disabled, whatever it might be, think again. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you're there. I got a few pet peeves. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, be there where they can see you and be of assistance. Okay. Dressing rooms. Keep our dressing rooms locked. Make sure you count the number of items that go in and out, because people will go in, put something on, and leave with it. Okay, so you need to know the number of items coming in and out. And you tell them when they come out, please bring me the items. Don't put them back on the floor. Okay, because the other thing they'll do is they'll trade pants with us.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put on the new ones, hang up their old ones. Okay, so those are things to be aware of. Customer accounts. Customers do not have accounts. Michelle and Larry, stop. So if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to put this on my account, then you need to get me or Michelle. Okay, because chances are they don't have an account. So you're not able to do that. Now, occasionally, we may have had to give them credit for something and put it on their account and forgot to eliminate that credit limit. So it may look like they have available credit, but they don't. There is no customer credit account.
Deposit. And if you go apply that deposit to something else they're buying, and then have to ask them for full price again, it gets a little hard to.
Basically, any of you guys cannot charge. You can, but I do not want you to. Me, Michelle, Chase, EJ, Danae, because she's doing all the trophy stuff, are the only ones that really should charge it. Okay? So up there, Heather, Shelly, Andy. They're the only ones that should be charging anything up at KBS. So, with that being said, if you get into their account and they have a credit limit, that does not mean that they have credit. Okay? Only if they have a deposit does it mean that they have credit, because some people are going to have credit from the swap. Okay? So, again, I can't charge anything. Let me go get Michelle or John. We'll make sure it's legit. It keeps us out of that gray area. Last year, somebody had a credit limit because we had to put something on their account and didn't change it back to zero, and they paid everything off. And so they came in and said, you have $212 credit. And he charged $212, and we had to call and tell him, dude, you knew you didn't have $212. Wow. You owe us $212.
That's bold.
2 days ago, and he's still so mad about it. He made another comment to me.
Yeah.
About how we messed that up and let him believe he had dollars to spend. But he's
Okay.
still pissed.
Right.
He doesn't magically appear.
Okay, yeah, but again,
Oh, well,
you know, let's be smarter
Yeah.
than the guy who
Who thinks
thinks
he
he's
does.
got credit, right? Actually read and see what it says. Okay? Moving forward, we don't have public restrooms. If you have a little 3-year-old that's got to go and you know how that is, hey, yeah, mommy, you take him back. Make sure he doesn't pee all over our bathroom.
Like last
You know?
year. Yeah, I'm on a strong no on that, man. Even if the kid is cute as hell, man, because last year I got jorked by that. Those little kids went in and peed all over the hangers and all the boxes in there. It was, and I'm done with it, man. I am.
The only instance
so-
when you cannot say it, if they have an ostomy bag, you have to say yes.
Oh, okay.
by law.
So colostomy
there
bag
any,
is,
like disabled or anything that we have to say yes to, or no? Only.
Or if they have an ostomy bag.
don't get tricked by the little kids, man. They'll get real cute and then they go in and trash everything.
Is that
Okay.
courthouse trained?
Parking spaces. Our parking spaces are to the far right of the parking lot. Does it, not the farthest one up, the far right of the parking lot. When every single one of those is full, then we take the farthest ones up on there. That's only gonna be on Saturdays for the most part. Okay? So save the other parking for our customers. Okay? Klamath, I don't know what you have arranged. Heather, maybe go over that with your employees if you have something.
Okay.
So, back shop, we gotta get the tuning machine up and going. We think we've got it,
It's ready.
we're ready to roll.
Yep.
Okay, so now we need a tuning meeting.
Okay.
So that means we need to pick a day that you two are available, you two are available, you're available, Tristan's available.
Any
So we can
Wednesday,
make sure that we've,
any Wednesday we're here. Me and him are both here on Wednesdays, so.
okay, the only problem is I'm not.
Oh,
There's like a back
So-
shop clinic thing on the schedule. I don't know if that.
Is
was
there one
just-
on, do we got a back
Honestly,
shop
I
clinic on schedule?
thought I saw.
No,
it.
there's not.
There isn't? Okay.
That was there for us to decide right now.
Okay.
So I'd like to pick another afternoon and could even be leading up to a meeting. We need about 3 hours to kind of cover it, to make sure we're good.
hmm
So is there a day that works for
I'm open
You-
for whatever.
you
works for
guys. So the biggest problem is I gotta bring swap stuff up. And then the
Right.
next week, I'm
You're gone.
gone for the athletic directors conference. So that's why Wednesdays are tough for me.
But I mean, this Thursday we have a meeting, so maybe we could come in early on Thursday.
Would that
Possibly,
work?
I don't know. What do
Yeah.
we have going? Do you have anything on Thursday?
Thursday?
That works for me.
Yeah,
Thursday?
then we just
Thursday.
get it out of the way, get it done.
Why don't we do Thursday at 3?
And that'll give us 3 hours before the
That give
meeting.
us 3 hours, and if that meeting were to run 3 hours, that's 6 hours, and we need to run.
Perfect.
Right, is that cool?
That's good with me.
This
Yes.
Thursday. We're doing our tune.
Before the
What
sales
about
clinic.
Tristan is a late person, so that's. not
She's
a bad
Working
shot.
at 3 by
2 to 8.
2, come back 3 for the meeting. You set till 6.
Yeah, but then you're 9 to 9.
Oh, because it's also,
Yeah,
I see.
we have our second hard sell meeting this Thursday.
I understand. We're trying to do it that works, and they already have to be here, so we're trying
Right,
to
I'm
do it
trying
on
to
a
make
day.
sure he's had, he is 9 AM.
I thought he was 2 to 8.
Is he today?
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Okay, I'm not
schedule
sure.
right now.
Yes, he's good.
Okay? Time off requests, missing meetings. So right now, we're gonna plan for that.
So
You send out an email.
Thursday at
if
3.
we can't do it.
Yeah.
But right now, we're gonna plan for 3 o'clock on Thursday.
Okay, and that's
Okay.
the, what, the
do-
7th?
To
Yeah,
me.
today's the 5th.
And mainly, I want to make sure I'm around, so I cover a few things. So when I
Right.
go back and say that's wrong, they're not like, well, that's how they taught me to do it.
Or when I say,
like-
yeah.
No, they didn't teach you to do it that way.
And then I can say, John told us, and if you don't show up, then I can't ever say, John that's how John wants us to do it.
Remember last year? He went to the bistro to eat dinner while you guys were teaching us.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
time off requests and missing
Thursday.
meetings. If you have holiday requests, get them in. If you gotta miss a meeting, you gotta talk to Michelle about it. I usually only allow you to miss one meeting. Okay,
there's 3.
that is scheduled. So if it's a rep coming I don't consider that a scheduled one usually unless they're on our regular meeting nights, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay? So over the course of this, you guys can do the math, right? So if we got 10 people sitting here and we're going to be here for 2 hours tonight, figure out what that cost me, plus those 5 up there. And we're going to do that multiple times.
6.
And I'm going to spend all that money to train you guys to be ready, right? So I feel it's important enough that you need to be here. It's not like you can just miss and be like, oh, whatever, I'll just get caught up. Usually doesn't work that way.
No.
Okay. Swap. If you're not sure about how to take care of credits, I think we're really on it right now. So pretty much they're going to have credit on an account, or they've used it or got a check. So if not, talk to Michelle.
So I called everybody in the binder and left voicemails yesterday, so everybody's been contacted at least once. If they already told us they want a check, that check is written in a special place in my office. Come get me if you can't find it. If they want credit, it's going in a different folder. If they haven't told us yet, it's still in the binder. So some people have already told us they want a check or credit, but they haven't come to get their stuff. So if you can't find their form, most likely it's in one of mine. So.
Okay. So ski pass program. If you want your own pass this year, it's $249. It's due at the end of the month. If you don't want your own pass, I'm going to have 2 passes for employees to use at any point they want to go up. It's not your own personal pass, right? So you have to return it every day. Comes back to me, and then I'll decide if you can use it again based on who else asked me if they want to go.
So
Okay.
249 by the end of this month?
$249 by the end of the month. Then you get a season pass. Then you don't have to come, get a pass or anything. Okay. So if we end up with more than 2 people that want to go on a day, then it's $30 for a lift ticket. So this year lift tickets are going to be over $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said it.
Okay. So make sure that, you don't want to pay that. I mean, it wouldn't matter. You're going to pay 30 at most.
Mm-hmm.
But and a lot of times what guys will do is, you 3 want to go,
Yeah.
then everybody pitches in $10.
Yeah.
You get the $30 ticket. You guys use the passes. And so Klamath will usually have first dibs on the pass
Because they don't
Yeah.
come
because
down.
they don't
much.
come down very often. Okay.
If John or I are not here, please don't just walk in his office and take that pass
Oh,
on.
No
Well,
way.
because someone may have already texted ahead of time to make that.
And I think we're going to need to use that. It's really hard for me to keep track of how many passes are out, what's going on. I got people calling me like, hey, is the pass available? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember.
So
Everybody
actually
asks
take
me at
it.
different points,
Right.
So I think if you take that, it's really just a dummy thing, but it's just kind of a keeper. Like,
Well, it
I'm using the pass for today.
helps you out.
I have the
hall
the key, the hall pass.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, I want to cover rentals real quick. So my rental fleet is available for you guys to use on non-busy days. Okay. It's not to be your only source of being able to go snowboard.
Personal
It's-
quiver.
Yes, it's not your personal quiver. Okay. So that doesn't mean, that means you can't come in and say, I'm taking the Burton Custom every day. That board needs to be put on other people so they can go out and see what it's like. Okay. So, so essentially if you went 12 times, you should probably use 12 different boards.
Mm-hmm.
If you use my rental fleet, right? Okay. And like I said, it's for non-busy times. So can you use a board during Christmas break? Probably not, because every single one's rented out. And that could be the difference between $38 a day that we don't get. And if they're going to go for longer, it could be hundreds of dollars, right? So that's why I have your own gear, right? We know that boot sizes are precious sometimes. And when you have our 10 out, and now I can't rent a board to somebody or I got to pull a brand new boot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why, get your own gear. You ride it on the busy days. If you want to ride something on a Tuesday and a non-holiday, it's available for you to go try it. Okay. Other things I added. This is just notes. I'm asking a question, right? So for some reason, my water bill is ridiculous. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So between like noon today and 4 o'clock, we use 30 gallons of water.
Weird.
Okay. So when you flush the toilet, it's an industrial toilet. It's 2 gallons,
Wow.
right? So, I mean, I don't think we use the toilet 15 times in 6 hours, but we could have.
I could make a joke right now.
Are you guys like trying to get hot water? And are we
all
leaving the
know where
water
I was gonna
running?
go.
I've never used hot water.
Well, I mean, it's got to come from all the way here, all the way to the bathroom. So
Spent three on the
Oh, for
wall.
here, you're saying at home.
no, for here. Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? Why?
Yeah, my water bill at home is going crazy. You guys gotta help me out. What?
And so-
Go to your house.
So anyway, just trying to figure it
Oh,
out.
that's strange. Is there,
Is
the
there
only thing
anybody,
I
like,
flashed
Leaving
on
the
is
water off?
maybe a leak outside possibly?
Well, when I go check the meter and
Yep.
nothing's going on, it's not running.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
there's probably not a leak
oh, I see.
in the main line, right?
Okay.
But somehow it's drawing water.
And we
At
don't
some
think it
point-
has to do with that busted.
No, it
piece
doesn't
of
have
fiber.
anything to do with that.
Yeah, I
I
have
mean,
noticed
30 gallons.
the,
Think about what.
I
how
have
much 30
noticed the
gallons.
toilet kind of making a noise, like a running noise in there that it
Well,
hadn't
I
been.
checked, and it's kind of got like maybe a drip.
Yeah, kind of like a little.
I don't think it's enough,
No,
not
Ah.
for 30
not
gallons.
6 hours.
What else are we using?
Well-
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, look and see if you guys come up with anything. If
Okay.
you come up with something you think it might be, let me know.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
I think honestly though, I think Garrett's thing with the toilet running, I swear I hear it kind of like just.
Maybe-
running.
I went in
So it might
multiple
be leaking.
times today.
So
Cycling.
we fixed the chain a couple times, right? Maybe they've shortened it to where that little flap.
Isn't closing all the way.
Like I go in there and like I can hear it, but it's like
Then your toilet
just a
fucked up.
teeny
Like
little
just
hit,
a
like not like
No,
30
it's-
gallons.
But I'm wondering, yeah,
You know,
if that's.
If it just keeps it going.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop.
Job tasks. If you're given a job, make sure you understand what you need to do. Right? Don't just go do what you think it's supposed to be, right? Make sure you understand what it is and make sure that you feel capable of doing that job. Sometimes we'll give you something like, Sava, go set up the tuning machine. You might be like, whoa, wait a second. I never touched that machine before, right? Okay, so make sure that you feel comfortable with it, because if we give it to you, you gotta be honest with us and be like, hey, I don't think I know how to do that, right? So,
No, I'll explain things to
Yeah.
you times, sometimes for my own benefit, so. Ask questions,
we're gonna try and get the music fixed, right?
yeah.
So it keeps playing, so you
Mhm.
guys aren't in there all the time, try to keep it playing, and don't forget, the music's for the customers, not for you, right? We wanna play something that's appropriate for our customers. Usually we narrow the playlist down so we don't have stuff in there. That's bad, I don't want anything that's got cussing in it. We're not a cowboy store, so we don't play country music, right? So
Snow
we're
workshop.
not going to a bluegrass festival when we're done. I don't care if it's popular, play something that's appropriate to what our clientele is in the masses,
Right.
right? So you want to play, if you want to play classic rock, I buy that, right? I can understand that. We got some people, probably half our clientele coming in, it's that age group.
Pants right
Right. Okay, so, but ultimately, you can only play what's already on the station selection. You don't get to go find something else and do it. If you want something else to play, check with Michelle, she'll listen to it or
I have
research it
it
and see
running
what it
like
is.
10 approved songs playlist, it's like 4 hours, so y'all can always text me a song,
Cool.
I'll look at lyrics, whatever, add it on there.
KBS is having their swap. What day is your guys' swap?
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th.
Oh,
Okay, so I am potentially looking for 2 people that want to go up and work the swap up there. Okay, so
Nice, man.
if we look,
Sweet.
if we find you one other person, I'll pay for your gas up. So it'd be the guy, right? Another guy, right?
Yeah.
If I have one guy going, I need a guy going. If I got a girl going, I need 2 girls going, whatever it is. So if somebody wants to go, I'll get you a hotel room, pay for your food, pay for your gas. Okay,
if you don't work the event, obviously.
Wow.
and you work the event, you'd work Saturday and Sunday up there and come home after.
Theirs is a 2-day.
It's a 2-day.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. And you get paid when you're there, right? You don't get paid your driving
Sleeping.
time.
Wait,
Right. Don't pay for your gas and pay for your
What about
food.
the clinic in the backdrop that we got planned on? That's the Wednesday.
That's
This Thursday, yeah, 3 p.m.
So this Thursday.
Their
isn't it?
swap
This
is-
Thursday?
December.
December, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
December 7th inning.
If I find anybody else, let me know.
Okay.
I'm really-
Yeah, because if we get another guy to say, yeah, I'll send you guys both up.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
If you don't give me
Okay.
a guy, I'll be willing to go.
Okay, got it. Then if we get another girl that's willing to go, then we'll send 2
That's what
girls.
today I'm showing.
You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Tristan.
so,
Or Tristan.
yeah,
She's not here.
we'll talk about it again as it gets a little bit closer. Okay, and we got our back shop meeting. So I think we got that.
Yep.
Anything that you need to add to the day-to-day stuff, Heather?
So we're gonna have a little meeting afterwards, but nothing that affects both of us.
Okay, cool.
Boot lines. I have G took Burton and Elias took 32. I need a volunteer for bands and for ride next week to present
You
boots.
said you do fans.
I'll do right, I guess.
Okay.
We're not doing all 4 of them.
Ride Burton 32
Missed it.
bands.
We'll put it on there.
No, I know, I just mean like you said that we're waiting to do ride till the next. Or something, no?
No, all the boot lines will be presented
Right.
next Tuesday.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
So your goal is to go through and tell us what's unique about the company, what makes their boots good in your opinion.
Cool.
Okay, any of the tech in it, and then to go over each boot we have
And
and who's it for and the specifics on it.
it'll all happen on the one night for the boot
Yep.
fitting.
He's out of town, so we'll do boot lines and try on boots because that's.
Yep.
what's in the-
Okay.
Okay, and so we will, and the goal is to kind of hustle through it, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't want it to be
10
3
minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
Quick overview.
Yeah, quick overview of the boots, and then your feet are gonna do the talking when you guys try stuff on. Okay? So, board lines. So you guys are also responsible for presenting 2 board lines at meetings, probably right before or right after Thanksgiving and stuff. We'll try not to give you 2 at the same time. And the main reason why is because we want you to become an expert in at least 2 board lines. That way, when you come out here, you're like, oh man, I know I can go to Kappa and I can go to Burton, right? I can at least find somebody aboard from there. And then the other stuff you'll learn about from your other employees. It also gives you the opportunity where somebody goes, hey, tell me about this Capita board. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not a pro on Capita, but Jared is. Hey, Jared, can you tell about this board line? And he comes out and tells them about the board. Okay?
Yep.
So we're looking for, I guess we should start with, we probably need 3 people. You can separate yours out up there.
Right.
Right? So if you want to do that real quick, who wants to do Burton?
people probably, or
3 people probably.
I'll do it.
There we go. There's 2 anyway. There's 3. Okay. Who wants to do ride? I got 1 for ride, 2 for ride. That way you're done. You got your 2 board lines, right?
I did say
No
Alexis
office.
was on the
Oh,
rocks.
and then you can't do GNU, LibTech, and Roxy, like all two of those because they're the same, right? So who wants to do GNU?
Tristan, maybe.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
Who wants to do LibTech?
Okay, so I've got
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do you need 3 of them? 3 for,
We need 3 at least on a
Okay.
line. Who wants to do Roxy?
Alexis is 1.
Okay. You better pick something over there.
I'm going to Rossi and Canada.
Rosie don't count. Rosie don't count. All right. Rosie don't count. Put her on Roxy.
Okay,
Can I do Arbor? I did Roxy last year.
I can do Roxy.
okay.
Pick that up.
Jones?
just because I haven't, I'm
Gian-
new.
Jones?
Okay.
And
Did you
Danae,
say Jones over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
just because I
Arbor?
don't know as much about those.
Who's gonna do Arbor with Danae? Saba, okay.
And
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll take 3.
and then Capita's not on here, but needs to be.
Yeah, right, I'm sorry.
Capita, who wants to do Capita?
Sorry, Danae wanted that.
Okay.
We do 2?
Does everybody have at least 2?
I have 2.
I had 1 more for Arbor. Who was my other lip tech? I got Jared.
Well, you've
Chris,
got some people that aren't here,
And Alexa.
so we can fill in. So as long as you got 1 on each one right now, then the people that aren't here fill in on the.
Am I not on Arbor then?
No, you're gonna be Jones and Capita. I was-
We just,
Okay.
you guys can tell us.
Who's on calculation?
and,
You,
I gotta get Tristan in, Alexis in.
right,
I'll work
Tristan.
Cell phone them.
Gary, are you doing Alberta?
Ben.
No, Jones and Libtech.
I don't know.
Arbor's probably again.
Arbor's gonna.
Okay, okay, so I
Okay.
think we've done all the housekeeping.
Board
right?
lines.
And that's a little bit longer because we're doing housekeeping for multiple weeks. all at once.
Right.
So when we go Thursday, we hope we don't have this much housekeeping.
Right.
Okay, so tonight you guys are gonna do a clinic that I've been doing for 25 plus years, right? That was first clinic of the year when we do a team, our shop one, and that's how to sell. Okay, and so a lot of people are like, I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to do all this stuff. Well, you want to be able to sell the way we want you to sell, right?
Scientific.
Okay, so when I was in college, I took a class because it was part of required stuff, and I really ended up liking it. It was a salesmanship class, and so a lot of these processes are from that class, which is based on a lot of different books. Like if you go pick up a book about how to sell, a lot of these processes are going to be the same. Okay, so we talked earlier about what the number one thing in our store is. That's customer, right? So if they don't buy anything or you don't sell them anything, right? We make no money. I can't pay for employees, right? So make it your number one priority all the time when you're here. Okay, everything else is secondary. I think I'm trying to remember. I think I had it at one point. It was written down. We have it written down somewhere. The number one thing you do in the store is that you take care of the customer. The number two thing you do in the store is make the store presentable for when a customer comes in. So the number three thing you do is check in new merchandise. Okay, so then we have it out on the floor for that customer. Okay, and number four is any other task after that. Okay, but number one is always what we're going to focus on, which is the customer. Okay, so usually the way I start this thing off is we talk about what we like or don't like about a salesperson, right? You guys have all been in a place where, there's somebody that you're like, wow, that was a good salesperson. And you've also been in places where you go, wow, that sucked. I don't think I ever want to go back there, right? So let's start a list, right? Do you want to do a good salesperson or do you want to do a bad? Like doing the bad one. We always do bad, so that's cool. Okay, so what's a characteristic of a bad salesperson? Klamath, give me one.
Responsive.
What?
Bad answers or just not responsive in
Oh,
general?
they're not responsive. So, okay, so they don't have answers. When you ask them a question, they don't know what it is, or they don't even talk to you. Okay, what else? Here we go. Somebody here. Bad hygiene, man, they stink. Okay, they got bad breath, they got BO, whatever it is, you don't even want to be around, right? Klamath, give me another one.
Attitude.
What is it?
Bad attitude.
Bad attitude, right? So, they act like they don't want to be there. Okay, they think you're ruining their day by showing up. We've all had that happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you worked in sales, right?
Mhm.
So, okay, so they got a bad attitude. Something else. What do we got here?
Doesn't know anything about what they're
No
selling.
product knowledge, man. They don't even know what they're selling, right? So why are you even here,
Mhm.
right? Klamath, give me another one.
I'm making some up and just BSing with the customer.
Yeah, guys that BS and then they're BSing.
Mm.
They don't know their stuff. Okay, how about here? Another one here. What else we got?
Too pushy. Like
Pushy. How about that guy that just won't stop pushing you to buy the product?
Not enough
Right.
space to think if you actually want it or not.
Right.
Right. They don't give you your own personal space to kind of let you assess whether you want to buy that or not.
Mhm.
Right. Klamath, give me another one.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful. Yeah. So sometimes that can come in different forms. Right. Like I've been in places like I'm not a guy that cusses a lot, right? And I've been in places where like every other word is a cuss word. and it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, really? This is the image that you want to portray? You know, I guess if I was buying a Harley or something, but that's not what I want, yeah, right. So, and there's other types of disrespectful, like, if you're a female and you went into a sporting goods store, right? And they don't acknowledge you like you're an athlete or a snowboarder or whatever it is. That's disrespectful, right? Okay. What else? We got something else here? What else can you think of?
Appearance,
Appearance.
like the way you dress, or
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
Maybe like questioning
I mean,
me,
yeah,
like,
it's like,
what-
like, take this dude's word, he's like looking like that, you know?
Yeah,
Here,
three-piece
like
suit.
I got a baseball team, right?
Trust, really.
And the baseball team has to dress right and be respectful because we're going out in the community and we're asking people to donate to our program. We're asking them to come out and support us. Come to our games and watch us play. And I got one kid that I know I'm gonna have issues with because he's gonna wear I love hot moms. Right?
Yeah, I don't
So-
think that kid takes that shirt off.
Right. And so that's not gonna be allowed on my baseball team, and it wouldn't be allowed in the store,
No.
right? So just like if you wore a shirt that had a cuss word on it or something, right?
Go.
So, I mean, we even had one day, I went in, somebody's wearing like a Joe Camel cigarette shirt. I'm like, that's kind of borderline, right? Yeah, maybe not. I got young kids coming in and it's influential.
Yeah.
I don't want that being portrayed by our business. Just like you probably don't see very many things in here that have marijuana, right? Like I could get tons of skate decks and we get Huff clothing, right? From 686 and we can have that stuff. And to each their own, but that's not the image that I want to portray, right? So, because I do have young kids coming in. I mean, Ben's 15 now, right? Doesn't mean that he can make that choice. So, but Ben was 10.
What's
Don't
this,
want him
Dad?
coming in and saying, "Yeah,
I want that. That's
I
cool.
want that." That's cool, right?
Kids can read. So they
Okay.
don't go home and
Yep. And the other thing is like I don't have stuff with naked ladies on it. Like I could get the Jamie Lynn board every year and there's a boob on it, right? I could get skate decks from Santa Cruz and Preacher and there's naked chicks on it, right?
Right.
But I don't do that. Because again, that's not what I want
Family
to portray.
store.
You don't have to. is it?
So anyway, that's a big long list, right? We got a big long list of things that we don't like in salespeople, right? So
And on the flip side too, if you had like a three-piece suit, you wouldn't trust the guy that, if you look too straight edge and you're
No,
trying to
right.
buy a T Rice from somebody in a suit, you'd be like,
yeah,
you
that's kind of weird,
snowboard? Like,
right?
that's pretty weird,
Dress right,
Right.
Don't wear a suit to work. It'd be really weird,
Oh, man, my
So-
goodness.
So anyway,
Family store.
that's a long list of things that we don't want. We don't want to be those people, right?
No,
So-
we're not.
So anyway, that just kind of sets
Good, yeah.
the ground for what you want to do. So one of the things that got brought up, okay, happens to be one of the key components of being a good salesperson. What's the number one thing you have to do to be a good salesperson? You got to know your product, right? Because there's no way around that. You can't BS, you have to know about your product. So some of the things that you need to know is your product and how it's going to benefit your consumer. We'll talk about that here shortly. You have to know your competitors' goods and why yours is better than what they have. Okay. We don't necessarily have that problem per se because down the road they don't carry snowboards. You guys don't have as much of a problem with that because the only option is whatever crap they're carrying at Big Five up there. Okay. Or going out to Parker's, which I don't even know what they have anymore.
They only do skis anymore.
Okay, so, but you do compete with the internet. So keep that in mind, because a snowboard you buy here is the same snowboard you buy on the internet, right? It's not like a boot where you gotta try it on. But still, you're still buying the same boot if you've tried it on here and go buy it on the internet,
That's a burn, man.
okay?
That's
So
I hate that when people do
know
that
your
to me.
product and why it's superior to your competitors. and
Oh,
know
I'm
your
gonna order that right
customers
away. Yeah.
and which products are gonna meet their needs, right? So how do you gain product knowledge? So we know number one is product knowledge. What is it? Research. Where do we research?
In the store.
In the store.
Normally have a
In the
house.
store.
I got a tag right on the back, right?
Yeah.
I can read about it. So that's one way I can do it. What's another way that you can gain product knowledge?
Use it.
Use it. Yeah,
Look it
use the
up.
product.
Hey,
That's gonna
number
be your
one.
best one.
Mhm.
Scan the
Okay.
QR codes.
You can scan the QR code, which takes you to
The
a
board.
website
The
where you
website.
can learn all about it, right?
Interdimensional.
What are other ways that you can learn about it?
I joined a Facebook group of girls that board and I learned what other girls were saying.
Cool.
Which how to write.
Right on.
Yeah.
What did you say? Ask who you can
Yeah.
ask.
The customer.
Yeah. What are you
What are
riding?
you riding?
Customers or coworkers, right? So we just said real quickly that the best source you have is riding, right? Actually being on it and using it and experiencing it, because it doesn't have to be a board. I use that baseball bat. I
Mhm.
use that glove. I use those shoes, you know? So whatever product it is, you use it. The next best is he uses it,
Mhm.
you know? Or this customer uses it that you trust and you trust their feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can tell people about it. What are some other ways? Some of them aren't as common anymore.
Company websites.
Company websites, so we got websites, right? What else?
Got a Google reviews.
Maybe like a book. Maybe like
Yeah,
like
right,
a
the books and
manual.
magazines, like that used to be the way that you
What
learned
are
about it.
those?
Books, magazines, the pamphlets they hand out,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what have you, but pretty much everything's on the web. You guys are missing one, you guys have already experienced it.
Reps and meetings.
Reps
Reps
and meetings,
and
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's another way that you guys are gonna gain
Some
product
big
knowledge.
ones.
So why is it important to have product knowledge?
So,
To know what you're selling,
Yeah.
right?
Credit.
So if I know what I'm
Credibility. Yeah.
selling,
That's a good one.
what does that do to me?
Makes your job easier.
Makes you more confident also.
Makes you way more confident, right? If I'm confident, you know, it's easy to sell stuff. Yeah, if I'm confident, you trust me, right? And so you believe what I'm saying. So confidence is one of the key things you're gonna gain by product knowledge. The more confident you are, the more you sell. So the more service you can be to your customers, right? So, and then the other part is you gain the respect of not only the customer, but of those around you. And sometimes what happens, they come in and they say, somebody told me to come in and ask for Garrett, right? So, because that's who they want to talk to. Okay.
Sketchy.
Right. So, but again, when you know your product, right? They view you as the expert and they want to come in and talk with you. And that's pretty cool.
And being in a small town too, it really trickles down because I've been here forever. And it's just funny because like some of these people that I sold a board to 10 years ago, they literally come in and they'd just be like, so what am I getting now? And there's like no fabbing, there's no nothing. I just say, well, what are you doing? Yeah, this one will be cool. Great. So, I mean, it'll be like, 10 years, down the line, people will still be buying, or their kids, you get your kid on a good board, and then the kid gets bigger all the way through. It could be,
From Reading,
but-
he gets super mad at from us because he bought a board from Bob 25 years ago.
Right. No, people remember it. They remember getting who they got their first board from for sure.
So the next
Well-
thing you'll get to in your guys' handout is actually the 10 steps of sales presentation, right? So just real quick, prospecting, pre-approach, approach, presentation, trial close, determine objectives, meet objections, trial close, and follow up, right? So 10 steps. So most of you guys will go through it and you guys will do some of these things and you guys won't even realize you're doing, right? But now it's got a label attached to it.
Mhm.
Is all that's going on, right? So what's prospect? Digging for what?
Asking them questions.
Yeah.
Digging
What are you
for
guys up
customers,
to
right?
today?
So how much prospecting do you guys do?
If they walk in the door, that's your problem.
Well, yeah, but so
But to
You-
get them to walk into the door.
what are we doing to get them to walk in the door? You guys aren't doing a lot, right? That's
Wow.
stuff that I'm doing,
John's tired.
okay, that I'm
Yeah.
getting some of you guys to help with, right?
Yeah.
So we're advertising,
Mhm.
right? So we're putting stuff on social
Videos.
media, so you guys are being part of it, right? So we're asking you guys to take pictures. So the one thing that we can help with prospecting, right, is for you guys to share some of that stuff. Now, not everybody feels comfortable sharing, it, right? But sometimes there's some things that you come across that maybe you do feel comfortable sharing. It's kind of like when we do the World Series contest. I guess you can not feel comfortable sharing that it's free and you can win something just by guessing, right? I'm not selling you anything, right? So, we encourage you, even if,
Get involved.
even if it's only minimal, send that one out. Maybe you like a video. Maybe you think something's funny, right? Yeah.
Or just running into people. I mean, in the winter, probably on a weekly basis, I tell at least 10 to 15 people to come here and get something because I run into them. They go, God, I wish I had my bindings weren't doing this. Go to the den. Go to the den. Coffee break down there, here, over here. Somebody, that's freaking cold today, man. Hey, we got hoodies up at the den. I mean,
Skateboard snaps at the skate
skateboard,
park,
yeah,
at
the
least
skate
send
park.
them.
Just-
But
Right.
again, you're the only.
If you overhear
But
something,
that's
in
part of
general,
it is seeing,
Get 'em in
assessing
the
the
store.
situation and knowing what's going on. And you guys do one other thing.
we have the solution.
What else do you guys do or can you do that helps with prospecting?
Oh, yeah,
Part of your guys' goals,
I've done
right?
a bunch of
Part
those.
of your goal is to do a community project.
Those are fun.
Why do we do a community project? 2 reasons. Number one is to put us out in the community and being like those guys at Sportsman's Den are doing good things. Okay. Number two, and you guys don't think about it this way, is to get you guys involved and make sure that you guys realize that stuff doesn't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's music in the park just because somebody snapped their fingers and music was at the park?
Takes a
Right?
community.
So do you guys think that demo day just happens because all the reps call me and say, hey, we really want that to happen.
this
So,
work?
Can we just show up?
No,
That's not how it works,
not
right?
at all, man.
So it takes people being involved to make
Groundwork.
things happen, right?
For sure.
It takes people being involved to make your community great. And that's part of the reason we do community projects. So
For sure.
don't forget, you guys actually just finished goals. Now you guys should be picking new goals. So the way the goals work, if you meet one, which basically takes almost no effort, almost everybody can meet one. You don't get anything. If you meet 2, it's $100. If you meet 3, it's $200,
Mhm.
right? So basically doing a community goal and selling a couple things should get you $100. And the community goal can be as little as like an hour to do
I
something.
walked a 5K to them shirt that we sponsored.
Yeah.
That is-
But don't let that limit you too. You go full out. We
No,
had a
disc
tournament.
golf.
We had a
Yeah,
full on
disc golf
disc golf
tournament.
tournament. Skate comps. There's been all kinds of fun wild ones.
So prospecting is what we do to get people in the door, right? You can help. Okay, it doesn't have to just be me. I was on the Little League board,
Mhm.
the coach at the high school. I'm involved with this and that. So people see Sportsman's Den, but you guys can be involved in that too. So the next step is pre-approach. What's pre-approach?
I'm thinking about how you're gonna ask them about what they're.
What are you up to
There you go.
today?
Well, that's approach.
Oh,
right?
that's the
So
approach.
pre-approach is before they walk in the door. Start to think about
Oh,
what type of customer you're gonna have
Yeah.
come in the door.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I gonna say to a
Give me
mom
a flag.
that comes in with a kid who's 85 pounds, and it's his first snowboard, she wants it to last 2 years, all these different questions that are going through your mind. How am I gonna talk to them? How am I gonna meet them? What's gonna be my approach when I actually get that customer in the store, right? So then the next part is the approach, right?
that's
Which
it.
is
Yeah, what are you guys
how
up to
you're going to
today?
actually greet and talk to a customer, right? So a couple things to keep in mind, and think about this in your own when you go in and see somebody, right? The first 30 seconds you spend with somebody is more important than the next 30 minutes you spend with them.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have a connection with them in the first 30 seconds, what are the chances you're going to spend 30 minutes with them? Pretty slim,
Zero.
right? Okay. But if you instantly have a connection, you feel like there's some type of relationship there, then you usually want to listen to that person. Okay. Always remember what you like and dislike from a salesperson, because a lot of what you like and dislike is determined in that first 30 seconds, right? Are they nice or disrespectful? Do they have good hygiene? What are they wearing and what do they look like? Are they attentive to me? Are they disrespectful right off the bat? You know, again, all those are determined right off in the first 30 seconds,
Well, it's
or at
like,
least give you initial impression.
as a customer, if I go into a store and I can walk around for a solid minute and not have anyone pay any attention or even greet me, then it's like chances of me trusting them as a salesperson aren't very high.
So how do you make a good impression in that first 30 seconds?
Acknowledgement, really? Just,
Positive.
Acknowledge them, right? Okay. So think beyond words, right? Think beyond words. So
Eye contact.
I make eye contact with them, right? I show them that I'm attentive. What else?
Well, I wanted to touch on the pushy point. I think there's a fine line. Like a lot of places when I go into, it's really pushy, and it's just like I get nervous. It's just like Jesus. I'm just trying. I just want to see what you
I
guys
like
got.
for them to say hi to me, and then I give you my space to look at stuff.
Right.
And then let me
Right,
ask
I
Like,
don't
you
wanna be
something.
I think like
ignored
be
because I'm
attentive,
No,
like just
I
kind of
think,
like be friendly. I'd say. You know,
We'll
I'm here
cover
for
it in a
discussion,
minute.
right?
In a minute, I'll get more into that, which will probably relate to what you're
And
saying.
if you're sitting at school and
but-
not
but if
looking
you're not
up,
even, like,
and
yeah,
you
if
stand
you're not
up,
there.
say hi, you don't have to leave the area.
Right.
You can
Yeah,
stand
don't
up.
let.
Right.
There's just a fine line. It's too
But how
pushy.
do you make a good impression? You talked about how you rest.
Yeah.
Again, no words.
Right.
No words. How do I make a good impression? Fit the part.
Yeah.
Okay. I smile. If I smile, what it's energetic already, right? Like, ooh, I like that person. They smile, right? Makes me happy, right? So, okay. So, what action they're taking? I'm smiling. I'm standing. What if I sit at the counter?
No bueno.
Need help, man.
What if they come in and I'm sitting on the counter?
Oh.
What if they come in and I'm laying on the counter?
You talked about this. What's happened to you? You want sunscreen?
Wait, no.
Trying to get suntan?
We had our own guy laying on the counter one day. I watched the video,
And a lot of people
Laying on the back
laying
counter.
shoe bench.
laying on the shoe bench, taking a nap.
Like,
Right?
really?
Okay, so
Back adjustment for a second.
what about we said words, right? Not talking the words coming, but in general when they talk, what is appealing to you when they talk?
Your tone.
My tone.
Yeah, it's like, no.
How I had a guy that worked for me, and
Yeah, can you smell?
Well, go out.
right? Sometimes it's the energy you're portraying, the tone, your pitch, how loud you are. Are you exciting? You guys are selling exciting stuff. You guys aren't selling tires.
Yeah.
How many of you are jazzed to go buy tires?
Toilets.
Hey,
I got pretty jazzed about mine.
$1,500. I got tires.
Yeah. I gotta say, I pretty much was showing mine off to all my friends. I was pretty psyched on my tires. But that's me.
But you're selling fun.
Yeah,
That's what you're selling.
Everything
right?
in the store.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta, how about a new toilet? Is that fun? Man, I got a new toilet. Can't wait to test ride. Right? So anyway, those are the things that you can do to build that good impression. So now the actual parts of the step, right? So there's the approach is a three-step process, right? So you have attention, discovery, and interest, right? So what's attention?
hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to the den. Welcome to Mount Shasta.
Okay, it's what you're gonna say when they come in the store.
Look at their clothing.
Welcome
Hi. How you doing? Look at what they're wearing. Look at their clothing. We'll talk about some different types of things you can say, but mainly want to acknowledge somebody. Okay. What's something maybe you don't want to say?
Hello, tourist.
So, hello, tourist. Right? I'm local. Right.
Just hi, maybe.
Yeah, hi's fine.
Yeah.
I want to say hi.
Yeah.
I want to acknowledge it. What's something maybe you don't want to say right off the bat?
What are you here for?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want?
Listen to what she just said and the way she said it. What are you here for? You might as well say,
what
why are you here?
What are you doing here?
Why are you here?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? Because what does that do to most people? Like the other one is
I'm not wanted
Can I help you? You know,
Do you need
No.
help? Are you in it?
do you need, do you need help? What's the first thing that a lot of people do?
Nope, I'm good.
No, I'm good. You know what? I go into Ace Hardware and they go, hey, do you need some help? No. Where is the first thing out of my mouth was no.
Right.
Because I'm conditioned when you say, do you need help right off
Right.
the bat without talking to me about anything else is to say no.
Yeah.
And we're going to learn that we want them to say yes, right? That's part of the selling process. Get them to say yes, not to get them to say no, right?
Yeah, no one feels
Okay,
comfortable
so
asking.
I have somebody that comes in and I say, hi. What else do we say?
How are you doing?
What are you up to today? How are you doing?
I always go with the welcome to the den.
Welcome to the den. I mean, all those are good, like, oh,
Cool.
nice people. You know,
Genuine, be real.
be genuine and be real, right?
Just to see someone like walk in and they're going real fast, I'll ask them, say, hey, you on a mission? Can I help? You find whatever it is that you're clearly.
Yeah,
trying
sometimes,
to do?
you know,
Sometimes
I-
they want to be in and out.
I think the best thing you can do is acknowledge them, right?
Yeah.
And then most people are scavengers. How many don't like a good scavenger hunt, right?
Mhm.
I want to go find it by myself, so I can accomplish something, right?
Mhm.
And if I don't, I walk and look like I'm on a mission, or go right to you and say, "Where is your whatever? Where's your tension?" Right over here. Okay, and so, but again, I didn't ask them, "Can I help you?" You know, which is lame, whatever. So I usually let them come in, acknowledge them, you know, greet them somehow. So, and then we need to develop some type of relationship, some type of rapport. Ask them about something that may relate to what's going on outside, the weather, the what apparel they have on.
There's a fun event coming up.
Yeah.
I just had an example really quick. Like today, these people were coming down from Alaska, and I talked to them and asked, "How are you doing? What are you up to?" Opens up so much, and they're like, "Oh, you're from Alaska. Do you know you're looking for like a sweater? Okay, well, there's like this Mount Shasta rack. They ended up buying like 2 souvenirs, right?
Right.
But that's just kind of like you can open yourself up by just genuinely being interested in these people's stories because they're coming in for a reason. It's a weird story coming to.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so, or somebody
For
comes
sure.
in and, you know, in my case, they're a Cowboys fan, right? You know, and like, oh, rough season.
They have
You know,
Emma
and they're
stickers,
like-
I love
Yep. So, or, you know, I always do this one, you know, so it's winter, right? Ski park's open and people come in the door. So
That was the
they're
part.
wearing snow gear, right? How was the mountain? I mean, I didn't even ask them if they needed help. How was the mountain? How was the snow? You know, was it busy up there? And they want to talk, and the next thing you know, you guys are buds. Now we start talking about, oh, you guys must come in the store for something. What were you
Yeah,
after?
I had a problem
You
with
know?
my binding today.
Yeah, you know, and now we go ahead and now we do it.
Done deal.
So we sell whatever it is. But the first part again is the attention. So how do we get the attention of a customer? I do have one thing. I always figured that you know, there's an entry fee for coming in our door. At some point, they got to listen to me, talk to them about something, right? About something we got going on or whatever it is. So when they come in, you know, I greet them, I talk to them. They finally tell me what they're after, or they gravitate towards something. They go over to the shoes. I say, "Oh, I see you're looking at shoes. Are you looking for a particular shoe?" "Oh no, I'm just looking. Here's my sales pitch, right?" "Oh, okay, no problem. I got some that are on sale up there. Look for the ones with the blue sale tag. Those are on sale. I got some on clearance down here. They're on the red shelf. There's only 1 or 2 sizes left, so don't fall in love with those, you know. So let me know if I can get you something." That was my sales pitch. I let them know about something that's going on in the store. So we had a bunch of summer wear on sale, and I hear a lot. Well, let me tell you about what's on sale in here after you've already talked to them a little bit, just so you know what's going on. We got buy one, get one. We got sunglasses with 25% off, you know, whatever it is. Okay. So, or maybe they come over here and they're like, "Hey, looking at the bindings. Oh, you looking at bindings? Yeah, I got a new pair last year, but I don't think I want one. I'm just looking. Oh, have you seen the new Supermatics? You know, or whatever it is, and you can show them something new." So their entry fee for coming in the stores for them to listen to you talk about one thing. And maybe it's just stoking them out on something that's new. Okay, don't jump them when they walk in the store. Read, but don't jump them, because I hate when somebody walks in the store and it's like, "You need some help?" And I said what I didn't want to say, and I jumped them right at the door. Right, turn around and walk right back out. Right, so. So once you talk to them and you guys kind of got that relationship, you'll find out if they're interested in something, right? So if they happen to be interested in something, and let's say it's over here with snowboard stuff, okay? And they say, hey, yeah, I am looking at new bindings, okay? What do we do from there, right? Do we just start selling bindings? No, we have to ask discovery questions. You guys should get a flyer at some point. You guys got that one? Oh, you guys got it there. Okay. So you guys have a list of questions. These are discovery questions. Why do we ask discovery questions? And not just sell.
Get them the right stuff.
You got to get them on the right stuff. If you don't ask them questions, how are you going to know what they need? You know,
with a size 13.
They need a Burton. No,
yeah, right.
They need a ride.
So you know, in this case, you know, we're talking snowboard stuff. You guys have a list of questions there. You know, what are some of the common questions you ask just for snow stuff? There's 4 that are the same, whether you're looking for boards, boots, bindings, or clothes. What type of riding do you do? How often do you ride?
What size boots? Or
what size
type
do you
of
wear
boot? Yeah.
for whatever it is?
What do you have now? What do you like?
What do you have now? What do you like or dislike about it? Those 4 questions right there will give you tons of information. Okay. Did you notice anything about those questions? What type of questions those are?
Open-ended.
They're not yes or no. They're open-ended questions, right? They lead you to talk about this. Oh, I have an old Kemper snowboard. And it's heavy and it's wide and it's a 165 and it's too big. You know, as opposed to, do you have a Kemper? Yes. Is it a 165? Yes. You know, so you ask them questions that aren't yes or no, so you can get more information, right? So still at this point, we're not selling. You probably have to ask at least 3 questions, if not more, to determine what it is you're going to put them in, you know? So, you know, if you're a baseball player and they're looking at a bat, you know, what type of questions can I ask? What size do you use now? What bat do you have or have you been swinging? And what do you like or dislike about it? You know, how often do you play baseball? You know, you serious about it? Or are you just looking, you know, for something to use? You know, what do you have brand preference that you like?
What league you in, maybe?
Yeah.
Or
You know, what league
age?
are you in? They put me in things. Now I've got enough info to be able to actually go to the next step, which would actually be selling, right? So again, what you're trying to do is talk to them, develop a relationship with them, and you're trying to figure out what their dominant buying motive is. What is that? Dominant buying motive. Why are they doing it? What's the main reason they're doing it? Okay. So what's the main reason I want to get a snowboard package?
Fun.
I want to have fun, right? Because all my friends are doing it and I want to be accepted by my friends. Because I need a blue one because my jacket's blue, right? So whatever it may be, okay? So when you guys ask the questions, let them talk until they're done talking, right? Don't cut them off, okay? Because they may be giving you more information down the line that's going to help you through the sales process. Once you have enough information, you're ready to move to the next step. We said the first one was out of approach, was attention, discovery question, and the last one is interest, right? Anybody know what interest is? Some of you guys that have been here multiple years. Right?
Just like that main buying motive, or like what's the reason
Basically,
why they
that's what
want
it is.
new boots, or why they want new bindings, or why they want a new snowboard. Like there's obviously a
I'm
reason.
going to repeat back what they told me.
Yeah.
And make sure it's right. So, you know, what you're saying is you're looking for a board for your son. You want something that he's gonna be able to ride for at least 2 years. You want something that he can kind of grow into, right? He's a size 8 foot and he weighs 85 pounds. Does that sound about right? Were you even listening to me? You know?
Right. It's like, no, man, I want a board for
That,
me.
that way, that's basically what you're trying
I
to
don't
do.
even have
Make
any
sure that
kids.
everything you heard was right and what they're at.
Right.
Okay. And at that point, now I can actually move into my presentation, right? Now I can actually go and I can sell something. Okay. So when you go to sell things, we use a tool. It's called a FAB, right? So FAB stands for what? Features, advantages, and benefits. And that's how we talk in here. So some of you guys that know about it, if you guys listen to Dan up here, Dan, whenever he was talking to you, you guys should have been like, I was like giggling in my office because he fabs everything, right? And he does it without thinking about it now.
Mhm.
And why does he do it? Because he works for us, right?
Fine,
And
it works.
it works.
Yeah.
He understands the value in what goes on. I used to have, like when I moved home, you know, I had kids that were like 14 and 15 that worked for me, you know, and I have people stop me all the time like, oh my God, the kids you got working for you know so much. I can't believe they know so much. And part of was, yes, they did know stuff, but they knew how to fab. And so the consumer felt like, man, they sure always help me get exactly what I want, you know, because they knew so much. And part of it was because they knew how to sell, right? So when you talk to somebody and you just give them a feature, so if I went over here and I had this board, right? So, and I said, hey, this has an extruded base. What does that mean to you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. But an extruded base has advantages. The advantage of an extruded base is that it glides well without wax. Okay. So, and the benefit of having something that glides well without wax, which means if I don't wax it, it'll still perform good for it. Right. So the feature was an extruded base. The advantage is you don't need to wax it very much. And the benefit is if I don't wax it, it's still going to perform okay. Right. So, and features can have multiple advantages and benefits. The advantage of having an extruded base, it keeps the cost of the board down. So it means it doesn't cost you as much money right now up front. Right? So
What's an extreme advantage and benefit?
okay, an advantage, if you notice when I talk about it, an advantage is what it does. The benefit is I use the word you.
What it does for you.
What does it do for you? What's the benefit to you? So if I just did features and advantages, this is a low maintenance base that glides well without wax. You know, this is a low cost base, so it doesn't cost as much money. So, but if I start going, this is a low maintenance base, so it'll glide without wax. So when you don't wax it, it's still going to be good. So yes. So ooh, wait a second. Now, when you use the word "you," it starts to take ownership, right? Like, oh, I can see me.
This could
in
be
this
my board.
You know, this has a full wrap metal edge, which means that if you run into somebody in line, it's less likely to delaminate. So it won't cost you as much money in the long run, right? So, yeah, you know, so this has a wood core, you know, a superfly wood core. So it's 30% lighter than regular wood. So it means that when you jump, it's not as heavy, so you can get bigger air, right? Does it make you feel better when I say you in there?
That
Like,
last part
wait a
definitely,
second.
like, finishes
You got bigger air. Oh yeah, I got bigger air. That's right.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
So-
so
Okay, so yes, so benefits, basically you're using the word you. How does that benefit me, right, as a consumer?
why do I care?
So
Okay.
usually you want to be really paying attention to your discovery question answers, because in your head while they're talking, you're going, I know I'm a product, so I'm going, not this, not that, I'm going to show them this. And then as you talk about it, you're bringing your earlier conversation into it. So someone says they have shoulder surgery, and you're talking boards that have magnet traction because they haven't ridden in a while and they don't want traditional camber. And then, you know, you get into it at the end. I closed the deal with the guy because he joked when he called the board the Shoulder Saver 2000. So he wouldn't fall and have to go get surgery or be less likely to. So, but I only knew that because he talked about his fear of her surgery and her stomach infections.
So a lot of times when you grab an item, you think to yourself like, there's no way I can't come up with fabs on these type of items, right? So when I did my sales presentation, I did a snowboard. So it was a snowboard with bindings on it. How many features and advantages do you think, you guys don't answer.
Okay.
So how many features and advantages do you think you could get on a snowboard with bindings? Klamath, how many do you think you can get? How many fabs could you do on a snowboard with bindings?
Page worth.
How many?
A page, you could go on and on.
I want a number. Give me a number.
It doesn't.
Closest between 10 and 30.
What was the number?
It doesn't.
A dozen. I could do a dozen. Okay, so how many do you think you do on a snowboard with bindings?
At least 7 minimum.
At least 7 minimum. Who else is new? You guys are all old ones.
I'm way old.
Okay, so in mine there was 56 features, and many of those had multiple advantages and benefits to it. One snowboard with bindings on it.
Wow.
Okay, so that was not it. That's it.
I told you wanted this big head.
All point.
Here you go. A pencil. No, it's supposed to be a
No,
pencil.
it could be a pencil.
How many features, advantages, and benefits? How many fabs could you do on a pencil? Klamath.
At least 2.
At least 2. Okay.
You're signing your name.
How many do you think? I'm picking on Sava since he's new. Some of these guys have already heard. How many can we do? How many can we do?
At least 10.
I can't.
At least on that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, 5 eraser.
Okay,
number 2.
good. There we go. Good. Perfect start. Okay. What's the first thing we noticed on there? An eraser.
Yeah.
What's the advantage of an eraser?
Erase your mistakes.
Erase.
Okay. It means when you make a mistake, you can erase it. The benefit is
Don't start over.
don't have to start over. Okay, what else we got?
Sharpen it.
You sharpen it so it lasts longer than.
It's wood, so you can sharpen it. The advantage is you can sharpen it, which means that you can have multiple uses and it'll last you a long time. Okay, that's 2. What else we got?
It's orange, so you're less likely to use it.
It's orange, so if I drop it on the ground,
Whoa.
Oh, no.
There's
it's
a
easy to
pencil.
find, so I don't lose it. 3.
Is it a number 2?
It's a number 2. Number 2 lead.
It's standardized. So when you're taking a test, you can be sure it's
Not
properly.
college rule.
It's number 2. Well, here you go. That's good. So the advantage, it's a number 2 lead. So the advantage is if you take a test, you know, it'll be read by the scanner, which means that you won't have any errors on your test, right? It also refers to the darkness of the lead. So it means it's plenty dark enough for most everybody to be able to read it.
I did not
So
know
that's
that.
multiple features, one feature, multiple advantage and benefit, right? So that's 5. We got 5. What else we got?
The grip. It's
got a
the
grip.
Octagon.
So it's got that hexagon shape to it.
hexagon, I think it is.
So
yeah.
it fits nicely in your hand. So it's easy to write with.
Yeah.
It's got the hexagon shape. Okay. So it doesn't pinch me in funny spots, so my hand doesn't cramp up. Oh, multiple fabs.
Yep.
That's 7, right?
And what about the rolling away? That's mileage.
Right. There you go. Another one.
Not
It'll
can't
stay
use
in
it.
place and won't roll away. So that's 3
Advantage.
advantage benefits off of
For
one
one
feature, right? So, I mean, how much is a pencil?
99.
19 cents, I think,
Whoa.
is what a pencil costs, like one of these. Okay, so
Nice one.
the reality is that when you have a $650
That's no
board package or just a snowboard, do you think you can do more than 7 fabs on it?
Absolutely.
You probably could. There's way more features in that than in a pencil, right? Okay, so when you do fabs, you don't have to use the words feature, advantage, and benefit. You can just roll through them. You use what's called a bridge in between them, you know? So This is a hexagonal shape, which means, that's my bridge, which means that'll fit in your hands nicely so that you don't get a cramp, whatever it is, right? So you just bridge them all together. You don't have to say it. You can actually say, no feature on this is it's got a hexagonal shape. And the advantage to that is this. And the benefit to you is this. You can say that.
Not as smooth.
Sometimes the customer hits you with that though too. Like I think we're kind of getting into it with the objections because they'll be like, well, why?
Right.
Why does it? Why is that so advantageous for that reason? And then you got to kind of like go into it more in depth.
So here's what we're gonna do. So you guys are gonna go grab an item. I want you to grab something that you're interested in. Grab baseball. Okay. Grab skate. Okay. So grab something you're interested in. You guys are gonna come back and we're gonna do 3 facts. Okay, on that item. Okay. Feature, advantage, benefit. Okay. And then Klamath, you guys do the same thing. You guys can do it on your own. And then chime back in with us. Okay. I'll let you guys mute it on your end. I'll just leave it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Now, the number 2 is it has to do with the color of the
It's
lead.
darkness
So
of
is
the
there a
lead.
number 1 pencil?
Yeah, you can
Really?
get number 1 to 3s and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know which one's better.
Right. Probably just a
But
different shade.
That's what it refers to as the darkness of the lead.
Strange.
Oh, nice.
Like a mechanical pencil for test, because usually it's number 1.
I got the cheat codes.
And how far do they go up? 4? Maybe?
I don't know the scale.
I want a Ticonderoga 7.
Don't they go for 6?
Maybe?
I'll say 6. But maybe not.
He's going small. You told me to. That's fine. Well, I didn't say it had to be a baseball. I said grab something baseball. I thought you said grab a baseball.
No, he said baseball.
No, anything in the sport. You can grab the Ellie Gala Cruise mitt. You can grab a bat. Whatever it is. Okay. Sava finds him. Sava, you in here?
Oh no. What do they got there? They give you that?
Maybe he's raising my water bill.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's catching up. 18 gallons.
Oh man, I got 22 more.
I was out there standing, like looking to think, it's not moving. It's not moving.
That's
You
wild.
know? Yeah, I got my bill and it kept going up, right?
So you guys
And
don't
so I
have
did
set
less.
water rates in Mount Shasta?
No.
This has the
No feeder.
internal harness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
So,
Is
yeah,
that everywhere in that Shasta?
D1
Just-
harness.
No.
I think everywhere in Mount Shasta now.
Wow.
Need help
Fine.
finding an item? Oh,
That's sweet.
Find your item. Okay, who wants to start? Okay, come on up. And
Pleasure.
you don't have to sell it to me or anything right now. It's just do your feature, advantage, and benefit, so they can hear it. So, I'll tell them what the product is, the price.
Of the Wallings Icon, the beauty core model. So that is for juniors or high school or college. So it's got a deposit, means that it's I don't want to talk about that one. It's end loaded power headers. So that means that the barrel has a little bit more weight throughout the end. So it's not balanced throughout here. Means you're gonna swing with more oomph into it, get more home runs. The grip has a taper to it, so it's more comfortable in your hand when you're swinging it. It has this little stir grip, so it's not gonna break into 2 pieces as easy as maybe the DeMarinis that don't have the little cap here. They just kind of telescope sometimes.
Okay, that's 3. You got 3, make it easy.
Fine.
Next one up.
Alright, I have the Roxy Rising High for $209.95. I like these because I use them. So it has a high-waisted design for ladies so that when you bend over, you don't have to worry you're gonna flash anybody. It also has belt hoops so you can get a little bit extra secure. It has these zips at the bottom so you can zip it over your binding, which is what I like to do. Or if you have bigger boots at the top, like maybe a Vans boot, you can give yourself a little bit extra room in case it's a little bit tight. It has dry flight technology, which is 10K, and I've ridden on super wet days, and it held up really well despite not being Vortex. And it's also
That's great.
yay! It's also really pretty, so you can find it.
You got one more.
I got like 3 more. Dang it.
72.
So yeah, the Vans High Standard has a full rubber outsole, hardens up in the cold so that it gets even grippier. This will last you a long time. I recommend selling these guys to like anyone who's going to be like working parking lot or just working in their snowboard boots. I think that these will hold up a lot longer. Another feature on these guys is as a Velcro thing. So one of the advantages of that is that your tongue won't move around and kind of like end up getting out of the way, and you'll end up leaning into your hard, stiff tongue here. So that Velcro holds it right in place so that that doesn't happen to you. And then another cool thing about this is that it does have an internal harness, which is pretty rare for, I feel like, lace-up boots to have, unless you kind of go up into the higher range. For a $200 boot to have an internal harness, I think that's pretty clutch. Helps you with heel lift and just like secures the liner to the boot so that it's like moves as one unit.
Good job.
Why they put that Velcro on their skate shoes?
True.
Got me some 686 snowboard pantalones here. Belt loops here. Well, belts if you need. Shoelace sometimes if you need it. Lightweight. You got vents on the side. I believe these ones do. Or actually, that might be a pocket. So they do not have vents.
Inside.
Oh, there are vents on the insides. Let's see if they are actually vented with a little screen there so you don't get snow on the inside. Also, they have gaiters in the bottom. Snow can get inside your boots. Multiple pockets for multiple storage. Also, you know, which I picked these pants out in specific. The range is warm, so 20 to 70 degrees, which is a good range. Like you go from cold to a mid-spring day, which
I have
having
those
a thin
pants
pant like
and
that, you don't
everything.
really need to have like a thick under sweat pant or kind of
I can drop it.
Yeah, it does.
One other thing on there too is got the boa. Pretty cool.
Yeah, look at the window in the gator.
So at the men's smart
They put
technology
that out.
jacket, $299 inside.
Mine.
First off, fitness.
Oh,
So
door.
get yourself out there, get too hot. And then it has its inner jacket. So insulation, also if you get too hot, you can just take the outer one or the inner one out and then temperature and second jacket in one. So, and then it also has a little
No.
snowboard and it is snapping, so you can, oh, never mind, you can try snapping. But, oh, they are snapping, I lied. So you can actually buy the pants or just snap them into your belt loops and then create a full
Sweet. Excellent.
And that's the pants, right?
I have the super awesome Under Armour official team backpack. Really great for anyone playing sports. You have a separate shoe pocket when they take their super stinky cleats off. Gotta get on the bus. Nobody wants to smell that. Put them in a separate spot that makes jersey stink. It also has chest clip here, more comfortable from the long walks that you're doing from the bus to the gym, the field, wherever you're at. When you load this baby up. My favorite part about this bag, though, is for airport travel. You have this clip here, so when you have your duffel carry-on, and it's like sliding off your shoulder while you're trying to run for your late flight. Stick your strap right in that little clip, never slips off.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it's
I would
great.
love
That is cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool feature.
$60.
Look at those long hangers.
I got Ace trucks here. This is Ace AF1, which is advertised as the strongest cast truck in the market. Advantage to that is it's going to be pretty dang durable. Actually, ride Ace. I can vouch for that. Like, no matter what I've thrown at my Ace trucks, they're still standing solid, so it's going to last you a long time. Ace trucks has their Ace bushings, which are actually looser than average. Their motto on their website is "Loose trucks save lives," which is more of a preference. If you want tighter trucks, looser trucks, it's up to you. Personally, I like looser trucks because when you have like a sketchy landing, it kind of allows you to get away with it more because it has that looseness, and Ace trucks feel really good. this Ace truck is a 66, is marked as 66, but they actually mark what size deck you can ride right here on the axle. So pretty easy to decide, okay, what deck do I need for this? Oh, right there, 9-inch. All these trucks do have the mark on there, which is funny. Most trucks probably should do that, but this, I don't know how to explain that though. I mean, I don't want to like butcher that, but the actual bolts on this has like a rethreader. So every time that you screw on the Ace bolt, it rethreads it and keeps it like really clean. And yeah, I didn't know that, but they actually do.
I didn't know. That's
Switch
awesome.
it out.
I did not know that.
But this is what I'll tell you guys. I don't tell the customers. I think that might also be a kind of a downfall because I do ride Ace trucks pretty heavily. I think at a point it made it too like smooth because my wheels would like explode off. Like I'd be hitting a trick and all of a sudden it bursts off. Like the hell just happened? And I screw it on. I noticed it's like, wait a minute. I screw it on tight, and then I go to unscrew. What? I'm unscrewing my fingers. I don't know. So I don't know. But that was only like a one-time thing. But that was something that.
It's only a one-time thing.
That's for
only happened
us.
once.
That's for us to hear. That's
I
for us
blame
to
that on
know.
dirty bearings. I'm
I-
just gonna let everyone here know that.
I
If
think
you
the
have
dirty
bearings, like the bolts are probably gonna come loose and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Oakley Mod 3 snowboarding helmet coming in at 185, and for that 185, I think the best feature that I like about this helmet is the venting system. It's got an easy open and close. So if it's dumping, you can close that, and then when you get in riding, you can open that. So that's going to help keep your goggles from fogging. Also, if you do take a tumble, the strap back here is going to help keep your goggles onto your helmet. The feature that I just picked up in one of these helmets, what I like the best is they redesigned the earpieces, and they're just so much more comfortable that it's not pressing right up against your ear. So that's going to just make it to where you can wear this helmet all day, and they're removable for when it gets hot. So, and then a bunch more with the boa and nips and many more things, but those are, was that 3? I think that was 3.
Is there one?
Okay, everybody got it?
Put
Keep
our
your
stuff back?
jacket. Watch the jacket. Everybody go ahead and put your stuff back real quick. And then
And
come
the
back.
magnet,
Clarence, are you done with your fabs?
so you don't pinch the kid.
They're good helmets.
Every-
Okay.
We're good.
What,
We're on mute.
what board package do you have that's easy for you to get
Or
to?
do we turn it down? Can you hear us?
What snowboard package do you have that's easy to get to?
One that's down. I have an agenda.
Yeah,
Or not an agenda. I've got a.
well, do you have what, you know, the ones that we made up that are actually supposed to be at both stores? The Rossi one, the Arbor Formula, the Roxy Reina, the Ripcord, or the Space Metal Fantasy? You have one of those?
We have a formula down.
You got the formula? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you get that formula down up there? Yeah. Grab the ladder. Okay. Let's see yours right here. So a couple things when we talk about fab, okay? Don't skim by the obvious, okay? What is obvious on this jacket?
It's got a hood.
It's got a hood. So when I'm working with mom and I say, this jacket has a hood, which means you can cover your head and it'll keep snow from getting down your back. You'd be surprised how many people go, oh,
Right.
all right. What else is obvious on this jacket?
Pockets.
As a full
Lot
zip.
of
It's that Velcro on the sleeve for?
Yeah. It's got Velcro on the sleeve, right? So that means you can cinch it up over the top of your glove so you don't get snow up your sleeve. Again, obvious, every jacket's got it. You know, almost every jacket I got has a snow skirt in it, which means that when you button it up and you fall, you don't get snow down the back of your pants. So pretty much every jacket, that's 3 fab. Does it sound like that jacket's pretty good so far?
Yeah.
I mean, even though we know that we're like, duh,
That's every
it's snowboarding,
jacket.
it's every jacket, right? Okay, so a lot of them will have a storm flap over the front that folds over. And what does that storm flap do?
Keeps
Keeps snow from getting in through the zipper.
Keeps
Yeah.
the wind from getting
Yeah.
through there too.
This one up here has a little cover that goes over the zipper, so it doesn't rub on your chin and rub your chin raw.
I like to point out the fleece phone pockets for the moms, because if you need to call your kid, if you got separated, their phone's not dead, for being in a pocket that didn't keep battery insulated.
Okay, so that's 6. We're up to 6 on this jacket. I haven't even talked about anything technical, on that jacket. Right? So, but yet, this jacket is $299. So far, does it sound worth it?
Yeah.
I got 6 fabs on it,
Yeah.
right? Again, and I haven't even talked about waterproofing, venting, insulation, anything else it might have in it. Okay? And so, and as you go through, you can use the easy stuff, the hood, to talk about while you're looking to see if it has a pit vent. I can talk about the pit vent, you know, and then when you open up this jacket, I've never even seen this jacket before in my whole life. This is a Smarty jacket. This has a zip out liner in it. Check it out as you go. Oh, wait, there's something red right there. Oh, that has a picture of a headphone on it. This helps secure your headphones if you still use something that has a wire in it.
That is actually wild. You saying that right now because I am thinking about it.
Okay.
Not a lot of
Again,
devices.
I don't even know what jacket this was because I was doing something else when she was talking about it, right? So I'm up to 10 fabs and I didn't
Still
even know
haven't
what
got it.
jacket this was. So now does that jacket start sounding worth it? Yes, it does. Worth $300. And I still haven't even talked about the most important part, whatever the waterproof rating is. So how are you going to know what the waterproof rating is?
Stop
You're
tag.
probably gonna have to look at the tag, because that doesn't say it, you know, oh, this is 20K. And we'll talk about what 20K means, but that's extremely waterproof. This would be a great jacket for all types of weather conditions. Okay,
Yeah, I know a lot about all the boards. If I ever get to a point where I start calling out waterproof ratings on coats, you guys let me know. I've been here way too long. Yeah. What coat is that? Oh yeah, that's 10K. That's 20.
okay,
Sweet.
we've got a board here, right?
It's black.
It's black, good. Okay, we're doing
Arbor.
good. Okay. You guys have the same board in front of you, right? Okay, so Cam, give me a fab on that board. You've got 5 seconds. 5, 4. Got grip tech, which means what? I can't hear him.
It has edge control.
Gives you edge control. Make you a better rider, right? Okay, Salva.
What about it?
Yeah, give me a feature.
Just a feature, man.
Could be on the bindings or the board.
Well, I mean, on this one.
Yep.
I don't know too much about this board. Yet.
Don't have to know anything about it.
It's got-
What is it?
It's got bindings on
What is it got?
it. It's just
It's got a ratchet system on the bindings, which does what?
locks your boots.
Locks your boots in, which means
You can ride
Fall.
safely.
you can ride more safely. There you go. Boom. Okay. So, okay, Bo, give me one.
It's a twin, so you can ride both ways.
Yep. Okay. Julia, give me one.
The binding straps are adjustable.
The binding straps are adjustable, so it'll fit multiple size boots. So as you change sizes, it'll adjust to your foot. Okay. Who else I got up there? Cheyenne there?
Yeah.
Cheyenne, give me one.
On the back side of the board.
She says the 5 on the flex meter.
The 5 on the flex meter, which means
Got good pop.
She said it could be for beginner and intermediate.
good, which means you can ride it a long time, right?
Yeah.
Give me one.
Arbor's pretty good with their environmental awareness, so they're very consciously aware of that. So advantage to that is the money you spend is going to a pretty good place.
Cool. That's
So
good.
you could feel better
Environmental
about that.
awareness on it. Okay, who else I got up there?
Goes all the way.
Roman there?
Yeah.
I should have had him do one right off the bat. Roman, give me one.
It's got a full surround metal edge.
It's got a full wrap metal edge on it. What's the advantage?
It's gonna protect your nose and tail.
Protect your nose and tail. Cost you less money in the long run, right? Jared, give me one.
That's both number board, right?
No, I think this is flat or, oh no, it's camber. Look at that,
So that means,
parabolic camber.
It's a little bit easier to pop into a jump, which means that it's
Camber snowboard, so it's got a little bit more pop, so you can get bigger air. Okay, who else I got up there? Anybody else?
There's Heather.
Heather, give me one.
Base.
It's got a what?
Extruded base.
Extruded base, advantage.
Extruded base.
Yep.
Oh, like when you wax it.
Don't have to wax as much. The benefit, it won't cost you that much in wax. Danae, give me one.
Forward lean on the bindings.
It's got forward lean adjustment on the bindings, which means what?
You can engage in your heel side turns better.
Yeah,
When it's adjusted
match it up when it's
forward.
adjusted right. Quicker heel side turns on there. Chris, give me one.
Can I give you two? 'Cause I
Sure,
was
give me
thinking
two.
about it this whole time. EVA foam footbed, so it's like a super nice soft ride. It kind of takes some of that chatter away, and then ABS sidewalls on the board, which again just are kind of like that premium, really strong, doesn't really break too much.
Right.
essentially. Yeah.
Michelle, give me
Keeps you
one.
on the hill.
Comes out of the factory with wind wax. When you buy this in the shop on a Saturday at
Man,
8 a.m., you're
wind
going
wax.
right to the.
Got wind wax on it. You could ride it right out of the package. Garrett,
Toe cups, more comfort, push your heel back into the boot for more control and comfort,
okay,
and don't make your feet hurt.
so that was good. We got about 10 here, and you guys got about 5 up there. There's 15 fabs on it.
And again, haven't
And
gotten into
and guess
anything
what?
fun.
You guys didn't get to look at it. You guys had to do it right off the bat, you know? So even with minimal knowledge, right, you're able to grab a board and be able to fab some of that that's on there. Okay. And then like the reps talked about, you can use the back of the board to be able to talk about things. She talked about it being a 5. You know, this also talks about, you know, different things. You know, what is it good for? It's good for park and resort, right? So skill level, beginner, intermediate on there. And a lot of times I'll even go like, you know, there's so many boards up here. I forget some things. Let me see real quick if I'm missing anything. Oh yeah, this has biaxial glass in it. We'll learn about what biaxial glass. That means it's more flexy, right? So it's easier to turn, and you might find something else in there. Okay, so you can use the true stickers and be honest, like, hey, I don't know everything about all the boards. Sometimes I miss some things. Oh, here's what I missed.
Yeah,
right there.
do it with them for sure.
Yeah.
They don't
Right.
like it if you're like,
And if you're
it's
like,
got proof, you know, like whatever,
Yeah.
and then they try and look at it, and you're like, no,
But
no,
I think they
no.
like to see that you're engaged in it.
if
Right.
they see that you're reading that, it kind of reinforces that you're
Exactly.
in
On
peace
it.
with that company to give solid info.
Totally
But don't do this.
right.
This is for
And then,
the park and resort riding.
and then hide it.
This
Yeah.
is for
Oh, yeah,
beginners
yeah,
and
yeah.
intermediate.
How do you know all
This
this?
has extruded. You know, they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, I can read it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
No, you want to share it with
Again,
them.
be engaged
Turn
with
it
the
to 'em
customer.
and be like,
Don't
check
use
it out.
to be able to just read off the
I don't know.
bat,
Let's
right?
check it out.
Okay,
Mhm.
so when you go out and you start your sales presentation, you start talking to them about things, right? You usually need to do at least 3 fabs per big ticket item. What do we consider a big ticket item?
Yeah, 50
Anything
bucks.
over $50. And there's exceptions to the rule, right? So if I go grab a 686 hoodie over there, that's $80. Do I have to fab the hoodie?
A little
Probably
bit,
not.
not as
You
much.
either like it or you don't like it,
Right.
right?
It's got the power
Okay.
you want.
But if I go over and I grab, you know, a pocket tool, right? And it's $25 for the pocket tool. Do I have to fab it? I might have to fab a $25 pocket tool, right?
Mhm.
So I may have to fab, you know, of course, that's over $50, you
You
know,
can fab a kid's $25 Gordini glove all day long.
there you go. There's a good
Mhm.
example. So, you know, so sometimes there are some low end products that you're going to need to do fabs on. And sometimes there's some, you know, more expensive products that you won't. But for me to talk somebody into buying this Jones binding right there, I'm probably going to have to do at least 3 fabs to get them to be like, that's worth the money.
Yeah.
I think I'll spend $400,
Skate tech.
right? Okay. So when you guys are doing your fabs, okay, we said you got to do at least 3, right? So moving forward, when we do something, that's why you do at least 3. So the other thing you want to do is you want to get them in that process of saying yes. So within that process of saying yes, we want to use evidence and get them to say yes with a nail down. So what's evidence? You see this here, okay? So what are the different types of evidence that you can have? So give it to them.
Feel it,
Yeah.
put them in their hand.
Put it in their hands and
Yeah.
let them touch it. So here's
Huge.
this Jones binding, okay? They get to touch it. So if I did just that, what's the only evidence it would be?
The weight,
It's how heavy or light it is, right?
pretty heavy.
But if I do this and I go, this has smooth glide ratchets here that are easy to ratchet, that'll get tight on your boot. Hey, why don't you click that and see how easy that is to ratchet? Oh,
This sounds
Right?
pretty cool.
okay. So
Gotta get
So when
sound.
he's ratcheting it, that's a demonstration, right? I can demonstrate it, or that person can demonstrate it. So that's part of your evidence, okay? Sometimes what you'll have is your evidence might be something that's on a board. They don't do it as much anymore. They used to put good wood, like if it run one Trans World good wood, it'd be on there and say something on there, okay? So your evidence might be, you know, this is a good size board for you. This is a what size is this one?
153.
There you go. Way down here instead of up there. That's why I can't find it. All right. So this is a 153 snowboard. This is perfect for somebody who's about 130 pounds. Chris, this would be a good size for you. Hey, right here on the back, right here's a recommended weight range. What's that recommended weight range?
Bam.
Oh, it says 110 to 150. Man, you're right in the middle. Look at that. Perfect. Right? So I can use the tag as evidence. Okay? So you could use something, again, you could use your phone and be like, hey, see, this is a good wood winner, you know, or whatever. So you could use that for that. Okay? But demonstration is the most useful. The other thing that demonstration leads to is a nail down, which is getting them to say yes to something. Because once you start getting them to say yes, it's really hard at the end for them to say, do you want to buy this?
I'm about
No.
online, thanks.
Yeah, right. You know, so if I had that one where I said, hey, test that ratchet, right? Hey,
That's super
What-
smooth, isn't it?
that's super smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, starting to say yes, right? You know, feel how damp that EVA is on there. See how that might help, you know, when you're riding through some chunder that it doesn't transfer into your foot.
Super damp.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, yeah,
Pretty nice.
that's
man.
good, right? So, and then like they were saying, hand the item to the customer, right? If you want them to take ownership, let them hold it. Let them see themselves riding that board, right? Can you see
If
yourself
it's
in that board?
sunglasses or goggles, tell them to put them on.
Yeah.
Here's a mirror. Don't you look good?
The board one's huge. I didn't really think it was all, I mean, I knew it was important, but the board one, so you say they get one they kind of like, say, here, hang on to this for a second for me. And then you keep flipping through boards and like, there's something about that moment when they first get the board in their hand and they're just like, oh, and then sometimes you'll be flipping through and you'll look back and they'll just be space and they'll just be like, whoa, you know, like,
Right.
yeah, they're getting the board in their hand. Yeah. I know for me, I can look at a board all day long, but if I pick it up, I'll be like, wow. Like,
So-
you get that vibe, you're just like, I gotta buy this.
We'll talk a little bit more at the next one about how to sell boards, boots, bindings, clothing, about, you know, how you're going to do it. You know, like for boards, you're going to pick out 3 boards for them and you give them the option out of these 3 boards that you think are ideal for them.
Just why they're
Right.
product knowledge.
So, you know, but, so in this case, you know, a couple things to keep in mind when you guys are selling. So when you're going through that process, never sell on price. How many times have you gone in to buy something and I was going to spend $500 and you walked out of there with $600 or $700? Too many times, right? You know, okay? Because again, sometimes when you go start talking about things and they start talking about why this one's better than that one and why it's worth the money, you're like, yeah, you know what? Probably is. I think I'm going to spend that. So never sell on price alone. Okay? I never ever ask what their budget is. You know, they'll let you know because you'll get a
I was
feeling
gonna
from
say,
them.
they'll let you know real quick.
Yeah.
When you start talking about certain things, they'll be like, well, that's $219 for a binding. I don't really want that. Or whatever. It's
Nope.
like, okay, well,
Because again,
These
you
are
know,
my
like
other
I had
options
somebody
with
with
the lower
bindings this
stuff.
weekend
Yeah.
at the swap, right?
Yeah.
And so the guy's like, I want to get some bindings. I said, okay, cool. You know, I said, how much riding have you done? Well, I've ridden a lot. And what type of riding you like? Oh, I like to carve, you know, I like to do some of this other stuff. Okay, so it sounds like we want it. You're a good rider. We want something that's a little bit stiffer. You know, it's like, okay, I got the Ride A6. I got a Burton Cartel. You know, I've got, you know, the Union Falcor.
Or that.
So those are the three I picked from. And so then it was kind of like, ooh, yeah, maybe a little bit more, you know, than what I want to do. Okay, hey, let's do this. If you feel like those are a little bit too much, how about you go with the Mission right here? You know, it's still good binding, lose a couple features, still stiff enough for you. Yeah, okay, cool. You know, so they let you know where they're at. So never sell on price. The other thing is never apologize for price. I've seen people do that. Like,
Yeah,
that was $700.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
There's a reason it's $700. Okay, it's not like I painted a $400 board to make it $700. There's stuff that's in there that may be a benefit to that consumer. That's what they need. You know, the other thing is, you know, sometimes you can tell when people come in, right? So we say, you know, don't prejudge people, but sometimes you do. You know, hey, I just saw him roll up, you know, in that GMC 2500. It's all jacked up, nice rims on it. He's got it all tricked out. He smoked on the taillights, you know, blacked out the logo and everything. Comes in, you know, is wearing all the gear, dressed to impress.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
T-Rice.
Union Falcor, here you go.
Yeah.
T-Rice over here, here you go.
Deal.
You know, these are the hot boards, right?
Yeah.
You know, and again, we always want to put them in something we want them to have a pleasurable time. While they're up there, you don't want to put them in. You're a beginner. Yeah, this is T-Rice. You know,
Yeah.
so,
Right.
but again, you know,
Gauge it.
if they can ride it and they want the best, there it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so never apologize for a price. It's that way for a reason. Okay, so that takes us to the next step on there. Next step is objections, right? So very seldom do you go through a sales process. I do my 3 fabs. I got them sold on this board, and they're like, "Let's do it," right? So
No questions.
they usually are like, you know, I don't know if I like pink, you know. But what's the number one objection that you get?
Price usually.
Price.
Yeah.
It's always, I came in, I was gonna spend 500. Now you got me up to 700, right? So they have an objection. An objection is just them saying, I'm not ready to buy you. Okay, it doesn't mean no.
No.
They would tell you no if it meant no. It just means I'm not ready to buy you. Because maybe I need to justify this in my mind, right? So so you get a price objection. What can you do to meet an objection? Let's say it's a price objection. Do more fast. Maybe 3 would have been good on $500, but it's not on 7.
Or you could mention a
4
board
or
that
5 or 6.
they could go with for like a less price, but then mention what they would lose by going with that other board. Be
You
like, well,
could
this
compare.
this
Hey,
one would
you can
do
do the
good.
Travis Rice right here,
Yeah,
or you step down to the anti-gravity.
and you'll lose
This
this,
is what
but
you're
you'll
gonna
gain
lose
this.
by going there.
Right.
You know.
You'll save a little money,
Right.
but you'll lose this advantage.
Okay. So again, treat it like a question. It's nothing personal. They don't hate you, right?
Yes, they do.
So okay. So yeah, like in your instance, you can explain the differences.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sometimes you can give an example. You know, this is how the Burton step-on works. This is how regular ratchet works. You know, so you just give an example or explaining what's going on. So sometimes you'll have something where somebody comes in and this one has a certain feature that yours doesn't have. This has something else that one doesn't have.
Right.
So you have to say, no, you know, that the clue binding has a higher release level on it, okay, which is easier for some people. But the Supermatic has all the technology from the flow binding, so it's been around longer. It's been tested longer. It's something that's probably, you know, or potentially more durable than the Clue, which is a brand new system out there.
Clues are
You
like
know?
7 too, I think. They're a
So,
lot.
they're
They're
a lot.
way more than the Supermax.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah.
Okay, so sometimes it just doesn't happen, right? Period.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you just go past it. But you know, for the most part, when you get an objection, you just got to figure out how to meet their concern for what it doesn't have, or why it's that price, or you know why you need this, right? So once you've done that, so hey, yeah, you know, you wanted the T-Rise, you thought it was a little bit too much money, shows you the anti-gravity, this has all the other features on it and all the higher tech. So, you know, I've explained it. So what you usually would do at that point is you'd give what's called a trial close. And your trial close can always be the same. So what do you think about that? Why is it a trial close instead of a close? Because usually a close, like, you're not going like, so you want to buy it? Right?
The old hurry up.
So I'm not sure if I'm there or not, right? And so you didn't hit the finality. So if I say, so what do you think of that? And you say,
I like it.
I like it. All right, let's move over to the register.
Should I
Let's
go
go
grab
look
some
at
paperwork?
bindings, you know, whatever it is. Okay, so, and you never really said, do you want to buy this? Right?
Yeah.
You've just kind of assumed and moved past that. So the trial close allows you to see where they're at in the buying process.
Mhm.
And if he says, man, I still don't know, he said, okay, so maybe that one's out. What about if I moved over here and I showed you, you know, the Arbor Element?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's $100 less.
Mhm.
Ooh, I kind of like the way that one looks, you know, and then you move on to something else because you know that we're just not getting there with that.
Mhm.
Or maybe you need a fab board. Maybe you still know that that's the board.
Yeah.
You know, we got to figure it out. You know, maybe they're concerned about the price. Yeah, you're concerned about the price. You're part of our loyalty program. You know,
Get some
You're
free
looking for
bindings.
boots too. If you find the boots you like, I'll get you $50 off them.
right?
They have
Does that do it?
Okay.
to.
No,
They
that's
don't have to
right.
be. They got to be in the system. They don't have to
Right.
be part of loyalty. Right.
Yeah. Get them in
So anyway,
loyalty.
so from there we ask the trial close, right? And once they say, yeah, sounds good, now we can move to close the sale finally. So what are some different ways that you can close?
I'll go get the paperwork
Let me go
started up.
So you can use an action type close like that, right? So a service close. I'm gonna go get the paperwork. We're gonna fill it out. So you're all covered for warranty. Let me go grab it. Okay. I can service close right there.
I'll go grab Garrett to get the machine ready and. we'll get the paperwork
Yeah,
going.
we'll give you a free prep package on that baby. Let me go back and we'll get it going. You know, do you want to get the belt wax prep package that comes with it, or if you want to upgrade to hot wax for, I don't know, do we decide now it's $8, $8 more?
$8
We can do
more.
that. So,
Not bad.
okay, so there's two, a service close and action close. What else?
An add-on close. Just is there anything else you need, you know, today? Are
An
you-
add-on close?
like-
Is there anything else you need today?
Yeah.
That's all you were
What
looking
about
for.
that?
Yeah. Well, if you didn't start with boots, you should have started with boots.
Yeah, right, but we're only doing boots.
Oh, okay.
So what would be my
color?
action close with that?
Oh,
Do you want the green one or you want the white one?
right.
I want the white one.
Done
I
deal.
never asked him if he wanted it, right? If he was
Yeah,
gonna
just
gonna buy it, he picked the white. We're good to go. Get him the white one, right? So I can ask that. You know, you can say, what size do you want?
Right.
You know, might be not one on the boots. We wouldn't do it on the boot. Okay, so those ones. See if I missed any. Back shop, construction service close. So here's another one, right? So I only have one left. You want to get that one?
Ooh, limited stock.
Limited
limited
edition. We are
stock.
everything in our.
Standing room only.
What is that?
Hurry up. Oh no, that's standing room only.
Yeah.
How many of that board do I get in that size?
One.
Every single one. It's the last one.
Every single
Yeah.
one's
They don't need
So-
to know that though.
Last one
I
sale
don't have
today.
multiple sizes and anything, right? There. Well, that's the hurry up. Today was the last day of the sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get that? It's on sale today. Today is the
Today.
last day.
Yep.
Yeah, I better get it.
Until they come
Right?
tomorrow. And see it's all-
So I always say this, my wife would do this one. My wife would do the T account. Right? How many positives are there versus how many negatives are there? Okay. Right? So my wife would do that one. And then you can always just do it. So you want to buy that? Be direct. That's another way.
Yeah, there's
You
some
can do it.
people that don't want to deal with all that. They just want to buy it.
Right.
That's
So-
the fab.
Okay, so, but remember, don't close until the customer seems ready, and that's why you use the trial close. Because that'll give you an indication whether they're ready to buy or not. Okay, so,
If you're stuck in trial close, you can offer the whole show.
Mhm.
right,
Layaway program.
offer layaway if we need to.
Probably not so much.
Yeah, you might get, what's her name? Yeah, right. So, okay, so then the last step on there, right? Last step is the follow-up. So what's the follow-up?
I see it's the power equipment, how you like that.
Come back and let us know how it rides.
Yep, or
Come back and let us know if he needs a wax or.
or
edge
you
work.
see them
Oh, right.
and you ask them, because the follow-up is really like it sounds.
Yeah.
It's a follow-up
But
that
even
happens
if I
after.
see 'em at the
everything
store or whatever.
So- So if you remember them and you see them, right?
I love that.
You know, hey, dude, you're up at the park. Hey, how you like your board? Oh, I love it. Right? You know?
Love that you remembered them and they come back in all excited. 'cause you're their friend.
Right. Okay. Or they come in, you know, and you say, hey, didn't you buy that board last month? What do you think? Oh, I love it.
Mhm.
Right?
And another customer hears it and you help reinforce their sale,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff.
So to be a good salesperson, you got to practice, right? Okay. And so we're going to do all our practice in here, you know, at each meeting. You guys are going to do fabs at every meeting. Okay. But remember to try to use that on the floor. Use it on the simple stuff. That's the way you get good at it. I mean, again, if
I was gonna say, dude, Dylan is like one of the best kids in town currently.
Yes.
Or just one of our best customers, Lindsay and Dylan. That whole family. But again, yeah, he comes in here basically at least 5 times a week. I feel like he
Right.
basically works here. It's kind of silly.
He
but
says it.
but yeah, again, like that kid will just be looking at something and you don't even have to like, he doesn't really need to buy it or any of that, but you can just go over there and talk to him about it and like fab it up a bunch with him.
and they love it.
Yeah.
That's our future employees.
I would
That's our
say
future
our
customers,
customers.
right? You know, so stoke them out on it by practicing on your fab,
I
right?
don't feel like the
So-
little kid being ignored.
Right.
Exactly. And
Okay.
customers don't see that we just, oh, it's just the kid, we'll just ignore them.
Right. Okay. Because I mean, when you guys are working on things, that's always okay. So, you know, we're looking at what skate wheel I want next, you know, or watching some video of somebody hang gliding that doesn't have anything to do with
You might
working.
someday
You don't get
carry
paid
it.
for that, right?
Right.
So, you know, so make sure you spend your time wisely and practice on the stuff. And really, you know, if you want to be as smooth, again, I was giggling when Dan was here
Yeah.
because I don't know how many of you guys knew it, but like it was like
Everything, yeah.
fab after
Everything.
fab
Fab
after
after
fab,
Yeah.
you know? And so anyway, you know, when you go and you see some of the other reps, you know,
Not as good.
not as
Not
good.
as good.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all
okay.
I'm listening, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not picking on anybody, but you know,
Yeah.
Wilmoth wasn't as good as Dan.
No.
Not as
And
exciting.
when Kerr comes, he's probably not gonna be as good as Wilmoth,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And then Burton, if they come,
And
who
plug it
knows,
in.
they may,
Plug
they
us into a
may be
TV
into
again.
it, they may be worse than that,
Right.
you
Well,
know?
last time they just put on a video for us
Right.
and we're like, oh, so what do you think?
Right. Okay. So
But
anyway,
I think the biggest thing with fabs too is if you do it static and like by the book, it kind of sounds a little goofy, but it's effective. But like if once you've done it a bunch of times and it just flows, like you said, you just start talking about something, you're like, yeah, man, like the toe cap's gonna help pull you back in. It's amazing. Like I was riding it the other day and I couldn't believe it. My heel wasn't lifting. Like you just get it in part of the story, and then all of a sudden the feature advantage benefit isn't like a set thing. It's just part of the story of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then it gets good, you know.
and you guys
It's
are gonna
easy.
get coaching like when you guys are out there, right? You know, I'll probably come up and I'll be, hey, stop. So next time, just do this just a little bit, tweak it a little bit, make sure you hit the benefit, and I think next time that's a sale. Or, I think, whatever. So, and it's just like I coach, right? So I coach kids in all the different sports. And so like when we go talk to them, hey, this is not to put you down. This is to make you better, right? Because I know I listen to what's going on. There's people I listen to and I'm like, they're never I'm not even going to go out and waste my time. Can't wait till they're done, right? So, but there's other guys, I'll go back and I'll say, oh man, they're going to be good one day, if they figure this part out, do this, do that, and you'll get there. Just like I would with a baseball player, just like I would with a football player, same type of thing. It doesn't necessarily change. It's a different field to play, but ultimately it's coaching to help us be as good as we possibly can be, and us being good means that the customer has a good time. Right. Also means that, we stay open.
Yeah.
You don't be open since 1945 by just saying, hey, do whatever. Right.
I don't know. Social stuff. I
That's
don't know.
also part of why everybody gets such a baller employee discount is encouraging you to really get to the products that when you're in the shop and you're wearing it, it's really easy to sell.
Oh, it's way easy. I've sold like 10 pairs of these just because I'm like, yeah, I picked these up the other day.
Like, you two are like literally what I go to for that shoe, just because again you bought it, and then you for the trail maker or whatever. I say, Boss Man's got a pair of the Gore-Tex
That
ones,
sells every time.
and they're like, what?
Yeah, but I usually tell them that if on certain things you're like, hey, the boss rides the Burton Photon. Oh, that's good enough for the boss. Good enough for me. Type of thing.
And you can be like my back shop tech over there, and then immediately like,
Chris rides this.
that guy looks like he's doing something.
No, I mean, really, too, the other thing about it is we are the only snowboard shop in this region. And so for me, it's incredibly important because like growing up here and snowboarding my whole life, there always was little competitions. There was base camp and Fifth had some boards. And like through the years, I've seen John's dedication to like good business practices and good community practices keep snowboarding alive in our town, which I mean, for me, you guys know how freaked out I am about snowboarding. Like if I had to like go to Reading or Medford to get gear, it would suck, man. Like, and so for me, it's super important, like just keeping the vibe of this shop going, it's amazing. So yeah, again, thanks for keeping it going all these years. Cause there were a few years when it was getting light, not looking like how much snow we're going to get. And, and we're still slanging the freshest decks in the county. I mean, so it's sick for sure. Yeah.
So any questions on that?
I think so.
Klamath, do you have any questions on it?
I was just gonna say the same goes in Klamath, and pretty much all the way up till Medford or Bend, there's no other shops around.
Yeah.
There's only that one.
Especially Parker's. That dude's so old now, he doesn't really have anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to keep it fresh.
No offense against Parker, but
Yeah, he's been grinding for years.
he's been at it for a while.
When do you want it completed by?
Next
So-
meeting.
Test. Do next meeting. If you turn in the next meeting, you get $5. Okay.
How to sell tests.
So, and then we'll have another one after that. Okay. So,
Julia.
so next meeting is Thursday. How to sell boards, boots, and bindings. If we get in and we get on it right away, it'll be just like this one, 2 hours. If we get in and we screw around, and don't get started on time and tell all kinds of stories, it'll be longer.
5:50, come clock in, get chairs ready in case back shop's still going. Yeah,
Okay.
And then back shop will be here at 3.
right.
And back shop is me, Boom Boom, Sava.
Okay. Thanks, Klamath. We'll see you Thursday.
Bye, Klamath.
Peace out, dudes. That jumpsuit is legit.
Thanks,
That
man.
thing is legit, dude.
Custom.
Nuh-uh. Dude, this is so sick.
I made it here.